Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood Mexican Dan the Man, aka Daniel Son, and I just wanted to answer the Q&A I did last week. I know I was supposed to do it on Monday, but I actually went out of town, so I couldn't really do it. And I still have more reviews to put out there too, because I've been watching a lot of stuff. Well, anyways, I'm actually doing this Q&A before a job interview, so I love you guys. I love you. Anyway, let's get started with the Q&A. I know there's only a couple of questions on here, which is fine. We'll get another Q&A up in there, up again, and see if more questions will be submitted. So, D-List, not excited for The Walking Dead this weekend. Oh yeah, that's right. I told you, D, that I wasn't very excited for the mid-season premiere of The Walking Dead. There's a great video, Mr. Sunday Movies, talking about The Walking Dead and how much he thinks it's boring and how he hates it. And there's some good elements to it, but it's a great video because I agree a lot with him. There is a lot of things that's wrong with this series, and AMC just seems to have kind of dropped the ball on it, especially towards they fired the first guy who ran it in the first season. So it's sad, but season 7, I was hoping for a complete whole badass season, especially with Negan coming in, and so far I only got the premiere pretty badass, I believe, but it's been lackluster, dull, mediocre, and there is not. But so far, the last episode was a good episode, and Walking Dead tends to do that. They either do a good first half or a horrible second half, or vice versa, where a horrible first half and a freaking very good second half. And like I said in my review, that they really do a great job with the season premieres and the mid-season premieres as well, and the finales. But it's just getting ridiculous that we can't get a whole complete season, and they can't be like a Sons of Anarchy or Breaking Bad, and it just makes no sense. But I'm looking forward to Into the Badlands right after The Walking Dead is done, because Into the Badlands seems to be a fresh, awesome, great fight choreography show that you guys should check out if you like that kind of stuff. Solinsky Squad, what's your all-time favorite TV show and movie? My all-time favorite TV show has to be Game of Thrones. Before it was Sons of Anarchy, and then you could even, I guess it's kind of hard because you could even include anime and just overall that kind of stuff. But I'm going to go just TV shows with live action TV shows. I'm not going to include anime in this question, but Game of Thrones. By all means, I mean, Mike, you're the one that kept on telling me, and then a lot of people kept on telling me to watch Game of Thrones, and boy, I fucking love Game of Thrones. It is amazing. Season after season. I've been rewatching a lot of the seasons over again, so it's so rewatchable. There's so many things going on. The storytelling is so good. It's just a freaking awesome show, and what's crazy is that they're doing like these seasons, I think season 7 or last season 2, where the book is not, it's close to being completed, but it's not done. So the writers have to kind of go off the script, and George R.R. Martin has to, kind of tell them this is where I kind of want to go with it. And they're doing a fantastic job with doing that. They're doing a fantastic job not going from the source material and making it their own. I mean, I thought the fighting, especially towards the later seasons, is awesome, especially when it involves Jon Snow. Just freaking amazing show. I love the show, and it's my number one. It's hard because you have caliber shows like Breaking Bad. I think Breaking Bad is a fantastic show, but it is a little bit slow at some points. It's great that they made it 5 seasons only, because if you stretch out a show too long, it just doesn't go good. But then again, if you stretch out a show too long, like Sons of Anarchy, like 7 seasons, I thought every season was great. I thought every season was entertaining. Sure, there's some goofy moments here and there. There's some moments that maybe you could have changed up a little bit. But honestly, Sons of Anarchy is an amazing show. I love everything about Sons of Anarchy. Freaking Charlie Hunnam just knocks it out of the park. One of the greatest anti-heroes of all time. So you guys should check that out. So definitely Game of Thrones is my number one. My number one movie is, the first thing that pops into mind is I don't know what my number one movie is, but if it's on TV, I will rewatch it 1,000 times, and I'll give you actually 3. I'll give you 1, Predator. Predator is one of my favorite. I don't know. It might be my all-time favorite movie of all time. I love Predator. I watched it as a kid, if you could believe it, even though I didn't come out when I was born in '89. But I just loved everything about it. I loved Arnold. I was a big Arnold fan. But not only that, I loved the creature design that Stan Winston made and James Cameron helped out with the mandibles. I mean, just absolutely love the Predator. I love the whole movie. I think it's a little bit slow in the beginning. It's slow, but it's action-packed too when it needs to be. It has great one-liners. It's just a great horror / sci-fi movie. It's awesome. I love it. And then another movie that comes on the TV or like anything, I'll just sit down and watch is Casino. Casino is my favorite out of all the other movies Martin Scorsese made. Like I know a lot of people will take Goodfellas over Casino, but I love Casino. I think Casino is a better movie than slightly better than Goodfellas, but honestly it's just like kind of my preference. If I said that right. And plus, it's in Vegas, and just everything like that. Vegas screams mafia. Vegas screams crookedness. Vegas screams like death behind the scenes, in the shadows. Nowadays, probably not because of the where we're at now. But back in the days, it was mafia owned and everything. But I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of stuff happening. But Casino is one of them. And How to Train a Dragon. I love that movie. I think DreamWorks knocked it out of the park with it. I think it should have won an Oscar by all means. How to Train a Dragon is one of my favorites too, and I'll watch that too. So thank you for the question. So those are like 3 of the movies that I think would be up top, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people were like, oh, where's Star Wars this and where's Star Wars that. I love Star Wars, but I think I love Predator more, if you can believe it. Maybe. I don't know. There's more caliber movies out there that just kind of draws your attention. I mean, a lot of people pick Gladiator 2 and Alien or there are Star Wars, but I those are the 3 movies I just sit down and I watch, and Star Wars too. But yeah, thank you for the question. Mike MC, how many years behind? Let me like your comment. Sorry about that. How many years behind is the TV show compared to the comics? I feel like the upcoming seasons AMC won't spending the budget to do the show right. So how many years behind is the TV show compared to the comics? Well, the biggest thing is Carl. Carl is already like grown up, right? He's already almost becoming a man. He's what? Chandler Riggs is, I want to say he looks 16, 17. He's almost 18. Carl in the comics is still little. He's still small, and he does get a growth spurt. But right now, where he's at, he's 15. I think he's around 15. Carl is still not. Carl at this time is where Chandler should be later on, after a lot of the stuff that's going to happen in these events of AMC, or just where he's at right now. Chandler should still be smaller, but he's not, and it happens because they're doing this series and there's a lot of material and you're going to grow. I mean, it's not like comics where now I'll give him a 2-year time skip, but the budget wise, to do the show right, I think so. A lot of people said, well, because Rick was supposed to have his hand cut off, and they won't do that because it costs too much money to CGI Rick's hand not there. Or even Carl would be the same one. When Negan was going to cut off his arm, budget wise they can't do it because of the restraints of having to always use money. I mean, they're using money on Shiva already, the tiger, Ezekiel's tiger. So it's I think they're holding back a lot of their funds. I think they make so much money, but they're kind of greedy and they don't want to put what they need to put in this show. Like if you watch Game of Thrones, you could tell that HBO puts money into the show because it's going to make their money back and more. Where AMC, Walking Dead, they kind of want to keep a lot of the majority of the money and they don't want to put as much money in the show, which is stupid. It doesn't make any sense. What AMC relies on is the makeup of the zombies, but it's just like they need a bigger budget. They need a budget to do these set pieces. I mean, there was supposed to be one scene where the governor comes raiding the prison, and this is this epic, crazy ass scene where there's a bunch of chaos, bunch of bloodshed, bunch of bullets going everywhere, and AMC doesn't do this because money wise, it doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. I don't like it. It's sad. It's sad that AMC won't put the necessarily funds into a show like this. It's their number one show, and it's probably taking them off the map further than what Breaking Bad did, in all honesty. So you also said how many years behind is the TV show compared to the comics? I say the TV show is definitely a couple of years behind. It's definitely a couple of years behind. I mean, we are not even in a... There's still so much that they need to tell moving forward, but I don't know how, since, like I said, Chandler Riggs is getting older. I don't know what they're going to do story-wise. I just think they have to really kind of move away from the comics at this point, or at least after the Negan fight, because there's going to be a Negan war. They're going to have to move away and tell another... Just kind of twist everything... Just make it their own, honestly. Go Game of Thrones status. But, yeah, it's definitely a ways off. Right now in the comics, we have a lot. Yeah, it's far behind. It's really far behind at this point. And I don't know why. The Walking Dead tends to, especially last episode, it seems like they're trying to put some filler moments in there. I mean, Daryl was never at the Kingdom, and Daryl's not even in the comics, but still, that issue should have been resolved in that episode, but it didn't, and it seems like they're stretching it out, and that's not a good thing, honestly. So thank you for the question, Mike. Richard, my boy Richard, hey, buddy. My question, if you had to live in a horror universe, Freddy Krueger universe, Predator universe, Sudoku's universe, etc., and had to go against a monster creature, which would you pick and why? Awesome shirt, by the way. I don't know what shirt I was wearing. Oh, I had to look up. If I lived in a horror universe, I would not like to live in a horror universe. Some say we are living in a horror universe right now. I would have to say, I definitely know I've had nightmares with the Predator, and I have nightmares. Every nightmare ends with me dying from the Predator's hand. So not that. Freddy's would just be absolutely, it'd be, you think, I was watching a lot of the Freddy movies, and I was like, and there was one, I think it was Dream Catchers, where they had powers, like they would dream that they had powers to fight Freddy. But you got to understand, like, that's Freddy's world, so whatever they do, Freddy's going to counter it and going to end up killing you. Ash Evil Dead universe is pretty funny, but it's still horrific, honestly. Sudoku's universe, nah. I mean, no, I'm not too big of a fan of Sudoku's universe and stuff. I would have to say, I think this falls in line. I think it's like somewhat of a horror universe or a monster universe. I would have to say Godzilla. If there's only one God, no. Shit. I mean, why? It'd be crazy to see Godzilla just freaking. Oh man, Godzilla. You know, I'm gonna go back to the last what Mike said. You know what? What Mike's question. I'm gonna go back to the Walking Dead universe. I would go to the Walking Dead universe because those zombies are just so easy to pick off. So let's say like the zombie apocalypse, because I guess the most realistic thing out of all these universes would be, I mean, because there could be an alien race out there and stuff. I think I'd go the Walking Dead universe, because the Walking Dead universe, like I said, the zombies are just slow. They're easy to pick off. It seems like you'd be able to do a lot. You'd be able to survive that universe, where all these other universes, I don't think you'd be able to survive, but the Walking Dead universe, you'd be able to survive. The only people you have to worry about is the people that you come across. You have to be on your toes. And I feel like I just would strive in that universe and go against a lot of other stuff in that universe without really dying too soon. But it would be kind of cool to be in the Godzilla universe, because to see that big old just Godzilla, and then if King Kong, is going to cross over, so eventually all these monsters are going to be together. It'd just be a crazy ass like there'd be like a Godzilla warning and you'd have to leave, and like you'd have insurance for Godzilla Godzilla trampling your place and shit. So it's either Walking Dead universe or Godzilla universe. And because I think all these other universes you mentioned, just I'm dead. Like I'm just done right away. So that's what I would choose. So thank you guys for the questions. I was wearing a Dragon Ball Z shirt. Yeah, that's a pretty awesome shirt, huh? Thank you guys for the questions, and I will do another Q&A, so you guys could please give me some more questions so I can answer. I want to thank everybody, all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers. Thank you for just supporting this channel. This channel's growing little by little, which I absolutely love. I'm going to continue to do this because I don't even make revenue on these videos, honestly. I don't make anything. I just do it because I want to do it. I do it because I love to do reviews. I love to put my opinion out there, and I love to hear your guys' opinion, and I love to hear the back and forth that we do. And I've been getting a lot of hate on the RWBY reaction, which is fine. Honestly, it's very much fine. People have their opinions. I said that the finale wasn't as great, and RWBY writing that letter was more speech than actual heartfelt kind of letter that it started off to be. But it is, people have their opinions, and that's what I love about it. And like I said, I will answer anybody's comments, either mean, hurtful, or great and awesome. Like I'm gonna answer because that's how I am, and I love to just bounce back what we think. That's how it is. That's what we should be doing as reviewers, and what we should be doing as people who are interested in a lot of this stuff. People want to hear your opinion, and you hear it back. And whatever you do, you try to you put all the examples and facts out there, and maybe you could change this person's mind. But if they don't, you could tell you're not going to change somebody's mind, or not going to they don't really I don't really kind of no, I don't see it that way. It is what it is. That's okay. We just have a different take on stuff. So just wanted to put that out there. This is what I do. This is what I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your guys' insight. And then, of course, I don't know all the facts. Of course, I forget names. And, of course, I might be doing so many other stuff that I just can't, get some of the fine detail in there. But I've been editing more, but when you guys put it out there and you guys give me information, you guys give me facts, I love it. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know that. So thank you guys. Have a good one. All right, bye guys.